So in React, we need to define values based on a condition all the time, and many times in situations where we cannot use an if-else statement. And so let's now learn how to use the ternary operator instead. So in JavaScript, the ternary operator is a very special type of operator that has three operands. So three parts that are needed for this operator to work. So let's work here on the pages value again. And so the first part of the ternary operator is a condition. So let's say pages greater 1000. So this is a condition. And if this is true, the result of this operator will be whatever is after this question mark. So let's define a string here, and let's say over 1000. Then let's add this colon, and for now I will just write another string here, and then I will explain what's happening. So less than 1000. So again, the ternary operator has three parts. The first part is this condition here. The second part is this second operand, which is the result of the operation in case that the condition is true. And in case that the condition is actually false, then the result of this operator will be this third part of the operator. Okay? And in case that is confusing, just remember that an operator is a bit similar to a function. So it always returns some value. So for example, if we have 2 plus 2, then the operator here is the 2, and it will result basically this 4, right? And this operator here, so the ternary operator, again, will return this value here in case that the first operand is true. So this condition is true. And if it's false, then this part here will be the result of the operator. And then we can, as always, store that result into a variable. So let's just call this the pages range. Let's log that here. And so our pages are currently 1210, which is of course more than 1000. And so then here we get that pages range is over 1000. And if we had another book, so if here our book was get book ID 2, well then our book still has 1210 pages because we are actually manipulating that value here, remember? But let's take that out, and then our book only has 295 pages, which will then result here in the string of less than 1000. And so then we can use this here, for example, to create another string. Let's log that to the console. And again, using a template literal, the book has pages range page. And so now we get the book has less than 1000 pages. Let's put this one here back and go also back to book number 1. And then we get the book has over 1000 pages. Great. So that's what we use the ternary operator for. So to define a variable conditionally. And let's just quickly do that here again, right here in the summary string, just so I can show you that we can really use any JavaScript that returns a value here in one of these blocks. So the book has, here will be our JavaScript block, and then let me just write the end, been adapted as a movie. And so here basically, if the has movie adaptation is true, then we want to return nothing, and if it's false, we want to return not. That makes more sense if we write it out. So has movie adaptation, which we can again use because we already took it out of the object up here in this destructuring. So if has movie adaptation, then return nothing. And if not, then return the string not. Okay. And well, that's a bit hard to see there. So the book has been adapted as a movie, which makes sense because this here is true. But once again, if we change this to number 2 here, then the book, or Yeah, then the book is different. It has no movie. And so then our string should say, the book has not been adapted as a movie. Great. So with this, we used a conditional right here inside the template literal. And it would not have been possible to use an if-else statement here instead, because an if-else statement is, well, as the name says, it's a statement. So it does not return a value. So it would have been impossible to use that here. And so then the ternary operator is exactly the way to go. And as I said in the beginning, we do this all the time in React. And so this is one of these things that is really important to know before starting to write React applications.